little nervous start over there.
Bound to be. You're
Yes.
the 25th seed playing the #1 seed.
Yeah, on a big screen.
Mm-hmm.
And there's the low thing that I was talking about.
Yes, we got you.
And you can see Wang she was completely warmed up as she's played the match right now.
It makes a big difference.
Yes.
As I'm sure you can attest.
Absolutely. Oh, she had that.
Mm-hmm. One thing, I just saw an excellent example of Parenteau and Waters as they moved in together as a team.
Yes. Great coverage, great APP. That was very good.
It was.
But it was a great point. Those two are holding their.
They did. They held their own. They played
Yeah.
well.
Yeah.
You know,
wonder if the wind is going to play a role in this, just like we saw it in the last match. It feels like it's come down a little bit.
I can vouch for the fact that it's not quite as windy. I had some papers
Some
here on the
paper are
glacier,
staying on
and
the
I was
table.
having to weight them down. Now they're sitting there pretty calm, so I'm not expecting the wind to be as much of a factor in this match. She's missing that just a little bit wide. It felt like she got just a little tiny bit jammed, didn't quite catch the ball out in front of her.
It's a little bit probably playing first time. It's intimidating playing Leigh Waters, who is covering so much court. You go for the lines. That's the left hit coverage right there in the middle that usually gets to the opponent's backhand.
Right, and I usually at that point say, are you still a lefty? When I continue to
Yes.
hit to that spot.
I was just double checking.
I love that turn.
That is a great point.
What we saw was Leigh and Catherine. They actually got pushed back off the kitchen line, but
It was a great
Waters,
defense.
Waters
Great
hit
defense.
a perfect drop, and they followed that back in and got back in and took over the point.
That was a great defense. Too high. Yeah.
And they're using something smart. Working with a lot of players, somebody think you should just run up to the net. You need to approach safely on good shots.
And every high ball, you don't have to hit it as hard as possible. You can place it a lot of times.
That is also a great tip.
You don't have to, flat out winner every single time.
Right?
If you take 2-3 balls, it's okay if he takes 2-3 balls.
Exactly.
I think we're having wind come back right now.
Looks like Wang was ready for that.
Wang just looks ready. More ready than anyone else on the court right now.
I agree.
Oh. There's a lot of things that are going on in that point. A lot of things happen in that point.
I liked what Wang did early on. She was actually trying to roll behind Waters
very smart.
and set herself up.
Very smart.
And you're right, Waters just looking to be that powerhouse down the center, whether she's... And we're back at 4-0-2. And that's a finisher out of Parenteau.
That roll that Parenteau has is quite magnificent.
Is that what created that opportunity?
That created that the first ball in there was what set up that point. Great hands from Waters.
And she's anticipating that. It's a little bit of a risky move, I feel like, on Hendry's part to speed the ball up at her.
at her backhand too from all the shots. It was a little risky. I think we know Waters likes her backhand. But sometimes you just have to pull it just to make her think about next point maybe.
Those were some phenomenal digs out of
So
Hendry.
it was incredible digs, and she got low. The one thing I'm noticing right now, Parenteau and Waters' team are playing much tighter to the kitchen line than the Wang and Hendry. Even the rolls. Oh, that was the lefty right there. That's the lefty.
They definitely caught Waters and Parenteau off guard a little bit. And I love she kept the ball low down the center.
Yeah,
make them
very
think.
smart. Make them think. Make them choose.
I think we're seeing play out what you talked about is they're trying to speed it up a little bit more often, setting themselves up. You know, as their speed ups, they're not going for the winner. They're looking for the second ball winner.
I think the way you watch a lot of pros and, you know, you'll say, oh, that dropped. That was a great point. I love that point. You'll see a lot of, when they speed up, the pros and the good teams, the speed up is just the beginning of the point. The speed up is not the winner shot. Speed up, another speed up, another speed up, and then it's going to go for a winner.
They're creating opportunities. Oh, look at that. Look, I love the smile on Parenteau.
She's always smiling.
But you're right. So many people don't realize that it's the setup.
Yeah.
It's the shots 2 or 3 before that get you the winner.
That's a great roll. Very impressed with Wang's hands. Great point. Yeah, nothing you can do about that. It was a great point.
I think the only thing you can think is try to keep it soft, keep it low. But as you said, Waters is really looking to speed the ball up, and you got to have your paddle out and ready. You can't have it tucked in. You can't have it below the net. You got to be out and ready for those.
Their defense, Hendry and Wang. Their defense, I mean, that was hard, but their defense has been very good. They are maybe speeding up a little too quick.
Yeah, I think that's a valid point. But you're right, their defense is looking really, really good. They're staying low, keeping their paddles out front. They're up against a pretty good team.
Yeah, they're okay. That move, at some point I'm going to ask Catherine if her knee ever gets scratched, because she gets her on her knees.
She plays very low.
Wow.
What a beautiful poach there by Leigh Waters, as we have seen her do a few times over her career.
And it's we're having a little accident here.
The wind has picked up, folks.
Wind has picked up. That poach that Waters has makes players play way more risky, and that is a huge part of their success.
It's intimidating, right? You know, you have to be so careful because you never know when she is going to jump across and grab the ball with it, you know.
And then you're thinking, let's go for the line, let's go for a low ball, and then ball clips the net or goes inch wide.
And in this wind, it's very difficult to play the lines.
It is. I'm not sure if that ball was staying in where Catherine hit, because she was not staying in the court.
When you're in the moment, though,
why
finish
not?
it and go.
Go for it. Swing. It feels good.
In the moment.
It feels good. Oh.
And that's a good leave. And you notice it was a silent. They didn't have to speak. They've played together so much. They both knew that ball was going to go out.
Yes.
And they just let it go.
That's the team playing, you know, how many, 5 titles together?
That's right. They're shooting for their 5th title this year.
That's a good point. I think I'm not completely sure on this, but Wang and Hendry are a new partnership.
Okay.
I think that I'm not.
I like the
confident.
looks so far. I like their combo.
Yes.
I really like the looks of their team. You know, that was just a beautiful, kind of almost a drive drop.
That was such a drop, and it's coming in the air. You don't even know if it's gonna drop or gonna keep going straight. What a pickup by Wang there.
That is game 1 here at the Vizzy Hard Seltzer Atlanta Open, number 25 seed. Parenteau Waters won game 1, 11-1.
That was a great leave.
It was a great leave.
That not left that.
That ball barely went out, you know, and man, you turn and watch, and you really hope it goes out.
Yes. That drop went a little higher than Amanda was hoping. Hendry. But they're on board, so here we go. Good digging, good digging.
Again, they're making some great defenses against a very solid, tough team that puts a lot of pressure on.
A lot of pressure.
So these girls are really doing a fantastic job. These ladies are doing a fantastic
they're
job.
Holding their own.
And they're holding their own.
All right, everybody found their place. Wow, what a drive. Right through straight. Caught line.
I love that deep loopy return, especially when you're switching at a lefty-righty team. Love that deep loopy return. It buys you all kinds of time to get into the net.
You need that return. If you're switching sides, you need it to buy yourself time. There it is.
A little tweener.
Oh, made her pay for it.
That two-handed backhand definitely was hit with some force.
They are swinging harder this game, definitely.
They're, you know, having a little bit of fun, but I do like that they're being tested. These points aren't easy while they're...
A little bit bounce there, but she was going for it.
She definitely was.
There was no holding back.
I like it.
That was a good setup. That was a much better setup.
It was smart. She pushed Parenteau back a little bit, which got her in the defensive position, and they went for the finisher.
Oh, she was so close.
She was there and ready. Just a miss.
There's a smile on her face. She wants that one back.
And yes, you absolutely do. But you also got to let it go, move on, and go for it again.
100%. They had just such a good placement. Parenteau had such a good placement. She could have dropped that really short, but instead she chose to go kind of halfway. It was beautiful.
She rolled it right to her feet.
Yeah.
To Wang's feet. Nope, to Hendry's feet. Hendry's feet.
Yeah.
My thoughts are on this. This is not easy because I would like to see them stay out of the firefights with Waters and Parenteau.
I think they want that too.
It's just tough because Waters and Parenteau are bringing the heat right now, and it's tough to kind of block and soften those balls. It's doable, but it's not easy. You get into that firefight, and it's kind of fun.
Waters and Parenteau are speeding up so much right now that it's almost impossible to get anything else. There again. Oof.
I love that Wang just went deep back to Leigh. It can be risky because if you pop it up a little bit, she's going to come in and maybe take a volley. Yep. Nice angle off of the court by Parenteau. Oh, they lost the ball behind the advertisement.
The ball is missing?
Yep,
Oh,
it looks like we're going to get a new win.
Let's get a new ball in.
And we have a beautiful day here at the Vizzy Hard Seltzer Atlanta Open, and we are in game 2 in this women's doubles match.
Great speed up.
One thing I noticed in that point is Waters and Parenteau definitely kind of picking on backhands. They're hitting these angles. They're hitting wide. They're not hitting down the center right now.
They stopped hitting down the center. The one thing that also I noticed is court positioning in the second game. Waters moved so much more towards the middle. Let's watch this point, but I think she's covering the middle way more
than
the first game. Little mistakes here. Yeah.
There's little mistakes. You know, if she was able to get in, maybe grab that out of the air. Tougher, she had to let it bounce, but you know, she was still going for a great shot.
Was that going long?
It seemed like possibly it was going to go long.
I think that was going long. Sometimes you have to do it. I'm not a big fan of dropping in doubles. It almost gives the opponent's team a pass.
She invited them up to the net, and they had back playing a little defense. And with these ladies' speed, they're going to get to it.
Great defense, but again, they're just the thing with Waters and Parenteau, not only are they incredible positioning, incredible spots, they're so consistent.
And we are back from the well-placed timeout. As you say, we get 2 timeouts, and you cannot take them with you.
Really?
So always good to use them, even if you just change a little momentum. Give it a shot.
You're playing out there, and sometimes you know it's the right time to take a timeout, and you're playing, and your mind is like, nah, not really. But it helps so much. It resets your mind, and you can get to hit shots like that.
Right.
You're completely right.
You can take it, right? But I do think if you're feeling it, and you look at your partner and say, hey, can we take a timeout? I think you should take it.
Yes. If there's any doubt, you should take it.
If it's on your mind, go for it.
Oh. And they got 2 great points.
Yeah. Right?
Very well
they got
placed.
the ball back here. We're now at 2-8 in game 2.
Again, they're really, Wang and Hendry are really seeing the court very well. They're seeing the opponents. The main thing is the opponents are just too tough.
Starting to see a few raindrops here with this kind of large dark cloud overhead.
Let's hope it passes.
Let's do. We want to see more women's doubles.
Again, just too good. They find the placements. Maybe a little speed up was a little too early. Maybe a few more drops and then speed up.
Yeah, I'd like to see them play softer a little bit longer. I mean, they're playing against a team that puts a ton of pressure on. I feel like we're going into a rain delay here for 9-3. 9-3. That's a beautiful point, fresh after a break.
Beautiful point.
You know, and Waters and Parenteau have a pretty solid lead here, with this being a potential match point. Oh,
you spoke too soon.
I did. I spoke too soon. She sent that serve just a little bit long.
She's laughing because I think she completely mishit that.
And that happens to everybody now.
Everybody? That was to me too much. That was a great point, and that's the kind of point they want over and over, and it's definitely adjustment to come out after the rain. But these players play so much, we're used to it at this point.
To just, yeah, walking back out, I'd walk out there, get cold, and I feel like I'd have to start all over again, but there's a reason they're the pros.
And sometimes you do feel that. They seem to be very ready, very impressed how, well, oh wow. That was incredible pick.
It was an incredible move by Parenteau, an incredible pickup by Hendry, and then just to miss a little ball out.
Yeah.
It's a lot of pressure right now.
It's a lot of pressure. They're covering every corner, and their Waters is poaching so well. It's quite incredible. They get it.
There is match. That after a brief rain delay, we have Waters and Parenteau defeating Hendry and Wang.